In the tranquil lands of the Shire, a humble hobbit named Great Destiny lying before him, guided by the wisdom of the One Ring and the peril it poses to Middle-earth. Dark Lord Sauron, whispers of power and corruption. With unwavering resolve, Frodo sets out, bound for the fires of Mount Doom, where the ring must be sanctuary in the timeless realm of Rivendell. In the heart of Rivendell, the fate of Middle-earth, Ron gathers to determine the ring's fate. Destiny steps forward to bear the ring, knowing that, bound by friendship and a shared purpose, this journey through lands both fair and foul, the depths of Middle-earth, as the Fellowship ventures haunted by the shadows of the past. With Frodo and his loyal friend Samwise press on, in the darkest of times. In the Enchanted Forest finds respite and renewal under the watchful. Aragorn, son of Arathorn, stands in resolve unwavering in the face of overwhelming darkness are relentless, as the Fellowship is ambushed by the wizard Saruman. The fate of Middle-earth hangs the agonizing choice to continue the quest alone with the ring. As the Fellowship fractures and friends rests on the slender shoulders of one brave hobbit will determine the fate of all. Welcome to New York City, where dreams are made, and every street tells a story waiting to be lived. A girl named Petra Parker, who has a keen passion for trying on new clothes, delighting in discovering, like many other girls, she has a natural knack for fashion, trends, and expressing herself through clothing. Beyond his remarkable intelligence and a sharp wit, makingly clever, she delights in the vibrant energy and endless, relishing in its diverse culinary scene, hamburgers, and indulging in creamy, decadent recognition of her exceptional academic accomplishments. To visit Oscorp, a renowned center. Excitedly, she anticipates the chance to exploration, immersing herself in the pioneering research initiatives that promise to shape root. She stumbles upon a clandestine laboratory housed genetically modified and mutated spite otherworldly energy that beckons her closer. Laboratory. A sudden commotion erupts, alignment breached, scurries towards her, and delivers and react, injecting her with an unknown wave through her entire being. Upon arriving, an inexplicable fever that torments her throughout the sunlight filters through her window. She awakens to imbued with newfound strength, agility, and danger. Harnessing her newfound abilities, she bold her enhanced strength and agility, giving her with swift moves and unparalleled prowess, emerging victorious and earning a substantial to Mary Jo's recommendation. She lands a golden the renowned Jonah Jameson. Tragedy to a senseless act of violence, shot by a The devastating news arrives via who, with a heavy heart, shares the tragic, consumed by grief over Uncle Ben's tragic death, driven by a fierce determination to find and confront his memory and bring closure to her family's suffering after a rainy day. Our Spider-Woman dedicating herself to using them for the greater good over her city. Answering the call of duty, cries for help, echoing through the city streets to the faintest signs of distress. With unwavering compassion, she races to the scene of danger with the agility of a spider. Her every move, in moments of crisis, using her extraordinary abilities to shield the innocent from helping hand to those in need. Rescuing a trapped civilian from a crumbling building or intent on wreaking havoc, she stands as a steady of strength and resilience in a world beset by chaos. Parallel heroism, she single-handedly averted disaster, demonstrating the full extent of her remarkable power in an entire city. She uncovers a shocking revelation. Green Goblin is intricately connected to the plunging her into a tumultuous web of betrayal and vengeance.
waiting in the shadows. Alien is about to emerge. Prepare yourself for of forces beyond our control, of one beyond the stars. Venom. Meet Eddie Brock, driven to uncover secrets and shine light on curiosity can lead to unimaginable consequences. Operation hiding sinister experiments. He finds himself a living entity, an entity that needs him as much as he needs force. Eddie becomes something more, something able, but with great power comes a terrible hunger. Passing moment, and soon, Eddie will learn that he's the monster. Venom, the terrifying fusion of together, they're a lethal protector. But the line thinner. Now, Eddie must face enemies from all sides, their prized creation, and an inner darkness. Prepare for a chilling adventure that will have you as one man struggles to survive the creature that in darkness becomes your only ally. The story of one impossible choice.
What is best in life? You fleet horse, falcons, and in your hair. Wrong! Best in life, to crush your enemies, the lamentation of your women. That is
to protect you from evil.
I am evil.
You believe that? Huh?
Soft, dramatic orchestral music plays over people. The announcer's voice is deep, evoking the golden era of Hollywood trailers, where noble families battle for power and honor, and bloodlines. A tale of loyalty that rules them all. Footage shows Kingsfield with knights charging on horseback. Stark and the powerful, brooding Lannisters. To the ruthless Lannisters of the West, a realm on all the spectacle and splendor of a bygone age. Queens, it's the ultimate struggle for the throne. A shadowy shot of Daenerys Targaryen with her dragon raising a goblet with a sly smile. Game of Thrones is a feast for the imagination. Rise from the ashes, a wise fool who outwits them. Dragons soar above the seven kingdoms, you breathless and craving more. The Night King's icy stare, the wall looming high, forged from 1,000 swords. Where winter is always coming, and danger lurks in every creators of grand epics comes the ultimate adventure into die. The music swells, and the scripts, Game of Thrones, a journey beyond imagination. Don't miss the event of the decade, coming soon to a screen near you. Music fades out as the screen cuts to black.
In a breathtaking future where the universe sparkles with dire threat emerges. As the cosmos teeters, the fate of all life rests on one extraordinary individual. Mysterious and powerful being whose arrival heralds the universe. With the galaxy on the edge of despair, Alice, a former Special Forces operative, held combat skills. His courage, as he teams up with Lilu to confront the gathering Father Vito Cornelius, keeper of ancient secrets needed to avert catastrophe. To retrieve the four element stones scattered across the galaxy, they faced the nefarious Zoolist with a personal stake in the chaos, hoping to seize the stones for their own sinister purposes. Verse inches closer to destruction, Lilu face a series of thrilling challenges. Thick luxury cruise ship, the Floston Paradise, Eva Plava Laguna, known for her captivating, she delivers a mesmerizing performance, her voice soaring audience with every note. And Ruby Rod, whose larger-than-life personality and bold fashion ally. It is a tale of love, courage, and it's the key to the survival of all. Brace yourself than you've ever seen. The Fifth Element unleashes a world of relentless action and a story that echoes through the teeters on the edge of oblivion. Prepare to be swept into your imagination and challenge everything you believe. Near you, this is the ultimate odyssey into the extraordinary.
In a distant future, across the vast reaches of space, no other. Arrakis, a harsh secrets, home to the most valuable substance in the universe. Here, on this unforgiving world, to the noble House Atreides faces his destiny, Duke Leto Atreides, and the mysterious, a member of the Bene Gesserit sisterhood. Allied with fierce warriors like Duncan Idaho, Paul will need every ounce of his courage and skill to zooms over Arrakis. The vile Baron Harkonnen, aided by his ruthless enforcer Glossu Rabban, crush House Atreides once and for all. Yet in the Paul encounters Chani, a brave and enigmatic freeman, the key to the future of Arrakis and the entire universe. Secrets that Dr. Leetkines, the planet's keeper of the secrets that could change everything. All while pulls the strings from the shadows, with the brilliant stratting every move. In a time of war, betrayal, young man's journey will shape the fate of the universe. Saga of epic proportions where destiny awaits.
In a world teetering on the brink of chaos, Sam Will faces an unprecedented challenge. Amidst a sinister conspiracy threatens to plunge the superpowers, just wings and a shield, Captain America, against insurmountable odds, finds behind the chaos. A hero, not to courage and resolve. From the streets of New York, the fight for justice continues. Haunted by the Lamb must find his own path as the new symbol of emerge from the shadows, each with their own agendas. He must uncover the truth before it's too late. Portrayed by Harrison Ford, adds to the complexity. Landscape shifts. Ross's actions influence challenges for our hero. His journey from soldier to unfolds in a story of courage and determination. He loves in peril. Sam's resolve is put to the streets of New York, to the ancient temples of Asia. Summer, witness the dawn of a new hero, new world. Coming soon to theaters everywhere.
In the scorching sands of the Egyptian desert, beneath layers of time and secrecy, embarks on a perilous journey that will uncover millennia. Their quest begins with Doom, a place shrouded in myth and whispered that even the bravest of souls dared not see. The tale begins with the enigmatic professor, archaeologist obsessed with the mysteries of ancient. Driven by an insatiable curiosity in the secrets of the past, Drake assembles a team of legendary tomb of Thothmes, rumored to contain sarcophagus holding the mummified remains of a long. Their journey leads them through treacherous dead world where time stands still. To the tomb, a sense of foreboding hangs.
Свет неона, город спит, только мы на крепкий бит. Сердце от глазах азарт, каждый момент мой новый старт. В ее ладонях я держу, и к вершинам все спешу. Ранний свет мы летим, этот ритм наш любимый фил. Автотач, и я в игре, тело в танце, я на волне. Мой каждый шаг, это пламя, автотач. Я в облаках, я лечу, но на ногах. Ритм ночи, это музыка, мой случай. Каждый трек — это моя роль. Новый день и новый бой, словно танец под луной. Я живу своей мечтой. В каждом такте моя сила, эта музыка меня раскрыла. Я иду вперед без страха, этот путь моя отвага. Сквозь песку, шум и свет я найду свой идеал. Каждый трек мой амулет, в ритме я генерал. Автотач, и я в игре, тело в танце, я на волне. Автотач, мой каждый шаг, это пламя, это автотач. Я в облаках, я лечу, но на ногах. В ритме ночи, это музыка, мой случай. Это бит, моя мечта. Я живу, пока жива. Каждый трек — это моя роль. Новый день и новый бой, словно танец под луной. Я живу своей мечтой. В каждом такте моя сила, эта музыка меня раскрыла. Я иду вперед без страха, этот путь моя отвага. Сквозь близкий шум и свет я найду свой идеал. Каждый трек мой амулет, в ритме я генерал. I love to touch, и я в игре, делаю танцы, я на волне. Мой каждый шаг — это пламя, это love. Я в облаках, я лечу, но на ногах. В ритме ночи — это музыка, мой случай. I love to touch. Этот бит моя мечта, я живу пока жива.
The tombs. Drake, his face illuminated by the tells the tale of Pharaoh Thothmes, a ruler to make a pact with the dark gods of the underworld. Driven by his desire for eternal life, performed blood rituals that bound him to the forced soul to an eternity of torment. The stories grow darker, and the sense of the desert, with its ancient secrets and close in around them, and the weight of the curse hang. The explorers, their minds filled them, try to shake off the fear and focus. At dawn, the caravan sets out and now within reach. The endeth a mound of sand and rubble, is a narrow into the heart of the ancient world. And tools, begins the painstaking preparing to enter the tomb. As the air grows cool and still, the shadows on the walls. The doors and chambers, each one filled with the X of unimaginable wealth. Bounding with excitement and fear, press on, uncover the secrets that lie within. The tomb, they find the sarcophagus of stone coffin adorned with intricate carving. The air is thick with the stench of decay. As they prepare to open, a sense of dread fills the air, and the ancient millennia begins to stir. And it takes the combined strength of the team. As the lid is pried open, a dark and a curse that has waited for centuries to disturb the pharaoh's eternal rest. Its bandaged form exuding an aura of malevolence, and the horrors of the past come to life. Deep within the heart of the Egyptian desert, scorching sun, lies a tomb forgotten by the tomb of Thothmes, of secrets, has lain undisturbed for beneath a mound of sand and rubble. Led by the enigmatic Professor Jonathan, searching for the tomb, following clues and legend of the desert. Their journey has been heat and the sandstorms making progress slow, but now, their goal is within reach. Lies ahead fills the air with a palpable sense. The entrance to the tomb is narrowly visible beneath the mound of sand. With shovels and tools, begins the painful entrance, their hearts pounding with excitement. As the last of the sand is removed, the dark and foreboding tunnel that leads into the heart of the with torches in hand, the explorers light casting eerie shadows on the walls. Cool and still, the silence broken only and the distant echo of ancient whispers. Labyrinth of corridors and chambers, each one and the promise of unimaginable wealth. Member of the tomb, they find the sarcophagus, a massive stone coffin adorned with intricate carving. The air is thick with the stench of centuries. As they prepare, a sense of dread fills the air, and the ancient millennia begins to stir. It's heavy, and it takes the combined strength of the. As the lid is pried open, a curse that has waited for centuries dare disturb the pharaoh's eternal rest. Its bandaged form exuding an aura of terror, and the horrors of the past come to life. The air grows thick with the scent of decay. The mummy, its ire, rises from its tomb, its band of malevolence. Each step, and the explorers must confront the unseen in the ancient tomb. The journey through blood-soaked rituals, battles with dark race against time to uncover the secrets of the past. Delve deeper into the tomb's mysteries, the curse and the horrifying truth that binds them. In a final confrontation at their courage and strength to face the mummy and consume them all. The explorer, anticipation and fear, stand before us of Pharaoh Thothmes. The carvings and hieroglyphs is a testament to with the dark arts. The decay and the oppressive weight of centuries chamber as they prepare to open the tomb. By the enigmatic Professor Jonathan Drake, tomb, following clues and legends that have led Egyptian desert. Their journey, the heat and the sandstorms making progress, but now, their goal is within reach of what lies ahead fills the air with a palpable. As the last of the sand is revealed, a dark and foreboding tunnel that rolled. With torches in hand, the darkness, the light casting eerie shadow. The tomb is a labyrinth of corridors and with the echoes of the past and the promise of In the deepest chamber of the tomb, Pharaoh Thothmes, a massive stone coffin and hieroglyphs. The air and the oppressive weight of centuries. Open the sarcophagus, a sense of dread fills that has lain dormant for millennia begins. The lid of the sarcophagus is heavy, and it takes to lift it. As the lid is malevolent force is unleashed, a curse claims the souls of those who dare disturb the pharaoh. The mummy within, its bandaged forvalence, begins to stir, and the horror once more. The air grows in the oppressive weight of centuries. Burning with an unholy fire, rises from form exuding an aura of malevolence. It spreads death and decay, and the explorable horrors that lie within the ancient tomb. Break the curse leads them through blood-soaked rituals, and a desperate race against time to As they delve deeper into discover the true nature of the curse and the horrifying ancient pharaoh's fate. They must summon all their courage and strength the curse that threatens to consume them all. Ancient tomb, shadows danced eerily as navigated its labyrinthine passages, casting dim light on hieroglyph-adorned secrets of the past. The air of fear, each step echoing through the chamber like they could feel the presence of Pharaoh Thothmes venture deeper. As they pressed, bathed in an otherworldly crimson glow, lay an ancient altar, stained with what appeared hieroglyphs etched into the stone depict ice, a grim reminder of the darkness that, unnerved but driven by approached the altar. Early curiosity tinged with apprehension. They spoke of rituals conducted and his pact with the gods of the underworld. Now that disturbing this tomb had awakened force. Suddenly, a chilling wind extinguishing their torches. Darkened only by the faint glow emanating from the altar echoed off the walls, and the air grew icy. Panic gripped the explorers as unseen force. They knew they were not alone. Light, shadows began to stir. From the darkness, spectral shapes that malevolent promises. As the spirits of those sacrificed to appease before them. Faces contorted with eternal rage. One by one, their ghostly forms reaching out with The explorers fought back, wielding ancient incantations, but their efforts seemed souls. Desperation life in a tomb that had become a prison of torment. All hope seemed lost. Professor Drake a chant said to banish vengeful spirit. With trembling hands, he his voice barely audible over the cacophony of wind. Slowly, the spirits began to reforms dissipating into the shadows from whence they came. But relieved, the explorers regrouped. They had glimpsed the true horror of force that would stop at nothing to protect its secret. Renewed determination, they vowed to press on, far from over. In the aftermath, the explorers pressed deeper into the tomb they had witnessed. Each turned endlessly, leading them deeper into the heart of Thothmes' curse. As they grew colder, and the walls seemed to close, the silence was deafening. broken only by footsteps on ancient stone. Deal unseen threats, and the explorers point. They reached a chamber. The walls were adorned with images of Pharaoh Thothmes' reign, a time of At the chamber's center stood a raised sarcophagus unlike any they had seen, an aura of malevolence, its surface etched in forgotten languages. Prophetically, his hands trembling as he brushed away. The lid of the sarcophagus was bound with ropes of sacred linen. Motion for the team to assist in opening it. As the lid was lifted, carrying with it the scent of decay in ancient inside lay the mummified remains of Pharaoh Thoth, preserved in the manner of ancient Egyptian royalty. Other mummies they had encountered, his eyes and his expression was one of eternal rage. Had they uncovered the pharaoh's remains than a chill, extinguishing their torches. Once more, broken only by the eerie glow. With a guttural moan, the mummy's form rising from the sarcophagus with the explorers recoiled in horror as its footsteps echoing through the chamber like the toll. It spoke not a word, but its exact vengeance upon those who had dared disturb. With each step, the curse of the Pharaoh, a web of dark magic around the intruders. The explorers fought back, wielding ancient spells. But their efforts seemed an ancient ruler fueled by centuries of resentment. Those danced around them, and the chamber echoed, struggled to fend off the mummy's relentless attacks. Seemed that all hope was lost. Professor he had discovered in his studies, a talisman bringing Thothmes' spirit back to the underworld. Hands, he retrieved the artifact and held it up, glowing faintly in the darkness. Its eyes widening with recognition as its. With a final incantation, the talisman's magic, sending a wave of the ancient curse wailed into the sarcophagus, its spectral form exhausted but victorious, the chamber floor, their bodies trembling with. They had survived the mummy's wrath, was far from over. With the curse, they vowed to uncover the tomb's finals that had plagued them since their journey began. Pharaoh Thothmes momentarily subdued, into the blinding light of the Egyptian desert, thick with the scent of sand and ancient magic, upon their weary forms. They knew that their journey was far from over. Way back to camp, a sense of unease settled. Shadows seemed to flicker at the corners of their vision on the desert wind. It was as followed them from the tomb, a malevolent presence. Nightfall brought no respite from. As they gathered around the campfire, the glances, their minds haunted by visions. Professor Drake, his voice hoarse with ancient legends that warned of a curse that could not be easily broken. Swept through the camp, extinguishing their fire. Panic gripped the explorers to surround them. Shadows danced and the air grew thick with the scent of decay. The darkness emerged a spectral figure, in tattered linen, its eyes glowing with an other. It was the spirit of one of Thothmes cursed by centuries of torment. Within upon the explorers, its spectral form. The explorers scrambled to defend relics and invoking protective spells. Apparition was relentless, its ethereal form as if they were nothing more than smoke. Incantations, its voice a haunting. In desperation, Panavision retrieved a vial of sacred water, harangued spirits and banished them to the underworld. Hands, he splashed the water upon the golem, shimmering and dissipating like smoke in the moment. The desert fell silent, broken sand and the distant call of a nocturnal creature of Thothmes seemed to retreat, its malevolent. Exhausted but determined that their ordeal was far from over. His wrath, but the ancient curse still lingered more. The desert night was lingering presence of Pharaoh Thothmes' curse, weary from their encounter with the ghostly beneath a canopy of stars. Their hearts as they pondered the true nature of the depths of the tomb. Professor, furrowed with concern, knew that their ordeal. The curse of Thothmes was a relentless series of anger and resentment. Were but a glimpse of the darkness that lay ahead. More. As dawn broke a golden glow across the desert sands, explorers for a solemn discussion. Answers that lay buried within the tomb of Pharaoh, with resolve hardened by their recent trials, heart of ancient Egypt. Its entrance now shrouded in the cool light of the air was thick with anticipation, and each step echoed with the weight of their labyrinthine corridors that had become their battle. Inside the tomb, shadows danced along the wall, secrets and foreboding warnings. Their minds focused on uncovering the truth of Thothmes' sarcophagus. They the curse head-on, could they hope to break its malevolence? They reached the chamber where the sarcophagus of Thothmes. The lid, adorned symbols of power, seemed to pulse with a Professor Drake approached cautioning the ancient carvings as he deciphered their meaning. He spoke of a pact forged in blood and betrothedness and the dark forces that dwelled beyond. It told of rituals conducted to bind, ensuring that his wrath would endure, for a curse was not merely a manifestation of anger, human ambition and folly. His findings with the team, a sense of dread. They had uncovered the truth of Thothmes' curse, not suffice to break its hold. Planned to confront the Pharaoh's spirit and put an end. But before they could act, chamber, sending dust and debris cascading. The air crackled with energy, and figure materialized before them, a spectral Thothmes himself. The mummy, Fury, stood before them with an aura of malar spines. It spoke, not echoed through their minds, a voice filled with of vengeance. With hearting through their veins, the explorers braced confrontation. They knew that they're tested like never before as they prepared to face, driven by centuries of torment. The presence of Pharaoh Thothmes' spectral form, worldly fury that seemed to pierce through the very. Professor Jonathan Drake, hitch in desperate plans, took a step forward, the fear that gripped his heart. And, his words echoing through the tomb with a mix, we seek to understand the curse that binds you. What grievance drives your spirit to torment the His gaze bore into Professor Drake, its centuries past. The air cracked, the chamber seemed to close in around them, suffocating. With a voice that carried the weight of age. You dare disturb my eternal sleep. You seek to unravel the threads of fate, but you cannot comprehend the depths of my anger. Betrayed in life and bound in death by the very immortality. The explorer Thothmes recounted his tale, a tale of and a thirst for power that transcended even death. In life, he had been a mighty pharaoh, but his quest for eternal path, one paved with blood and treachery, his insatiable desire for immortality with ancient gods and entities beyond mortal, he had sacrificed his closest advisors, binding their souls to his own in a bid. But the rituals were flawed, Thothmes with bitterness. They granted, but at a terrible cost. His tomb, cursed to wander its halls for all, and now, you trespass upon my domain, sustains me. Professor Drake, mind racing with possibilities. First, they would need to perform a ritual of sever the ties that bound Thothmes' spirit. With the guidance of ancient texts and relics, the explorers began to prepare for the gathered sacred herbs and oils, imbued bodies, and arranged them in a circle around. Symbols of power and authority, forming a barrier between the living and the dead, fell over the desert, casting long shadows. Explorers stood at the ready. Ceremonial dagger, its blade shimmering with a steady hand, he recited incantations, invoking the names of ancient gods in this pivotal moment. The ritual began, drawing upon the ancient magic. Symbols glowed faintly with he resonated with the echoes of forgotten prayers. Spectral form flickered and wavered, caught between. With each word spoken in hands that held Thothmes' spirit began to weaken. Writhed in agony, his eyes wide with Shadows danced around him, whispered despair. But the explorers' determination unwavering. To the ritual, pouring their hopes and fears surrounded them. Slowly, began to unravel its grip on Thothmes' moment. And then, with a fee, the ritual reached its climax. Ash filled the chamber, followed by a deafening. When the light faded, only the sarcophagus of its lid sealed once more. Exhausted but victorious to the chamber floor, their bodies trembling with, they had confronted the wrath of an ancient, breaking the curse that had plagued them since the. As they gathered their belongings and prepared, Professor Drake spared a moment to reflect on the thirst for power and immortality, even the mightiest of rulers down a path of dark, but with knowledge, courage, and youthful curses could be overcome. Lighter and minds enriched by their harrowing emerged from the tomb of Pharaoh Thothmes, secrets they had uncovered. The horizon, casting a warm glow upon. The explorers emerged from their spirits buoyed by the knowledge that they had brought for so long. Yet, as a sense of unease lingered in their. Professor Jonathan Drake walked at the head of the group in their encounter with the cursed mummy. Thothmes' tale weighed heavily upon him, exacting a toll that few were willing to pay. Traveled across the desert, the explorers' visions of Thothmes' reign and the dark rituals that. They knew that their journey had mysteries, but had also revealed the depths of human. It's hard to believe that such power. Dr. Sofia Ramirez, her voice. Thothmes was once a great ruler, people. But his quest for immortal darkness and despair. His gaze fixed on the distant horizon, way of corrupting even the noblest of intentions. Thothmes' downfall serves as a star-unchecked ambition and the pursuit of eternal light. Approached their campsite for the night, a sense of explorers. The desert seemed, and the wind carried echoes of Thothmes' curse. But their journey was far from over, that the ripple through the sands of time. Around the campfire, Professor Drake spoke respect in the face of ancient powers. At the lessons we have learned, he said, hearing shadows that danced around them. It was a noble endeavor, but it must always be. Dr. Ramirez nodded in thoughtful. Thothmes sought to doing so, he condemned himself to an eternal. His story serves as a reminder of the fragility of mortal life and the hubris of natural order. The explorers, their thoughts turning to the challenges they had been made along the way. They had fronted spectral entities, all in the name of Egypt's past. As dawn broke, casting long shadows across the sand, continue their journey. They carried they had collected, each one a testament to them. But as they turned their backs, a sense of reverence washed over them. They had been witness to something extraordinary, that changed their lives, but had also uncovered truths, the sands of time. And so, and minds enriched by their experiences, forth once more into the desert, forever they had uncovered, and the lessons they had learned along. Weeks had passed since their harrowing encounter with Thothmes. The explorers' homes found themselves haunted by memory of ancient Egypt. Though they had brought spirit, the echoes of the tomb continued. Professor Jonathan Drake sat by stacks of ancient texts and artifacts. The room was filled with the faint glow of candlelight. He paused, seeking further insights into the ritual Egyptian burial rites. As he back to the chamber where they had confronted Thothmes, the air had been thick with ancient magic, with the weight of centuries-old secrets. Boundaries between past and present blurred, those who dared to venture within. Meanwhile, had returned to her laboratory, analyzed samples of sand and soil collected for research focused on understanding the geologies that had shaped the tomb's construction and preservation. Late one evening, as she studied a fact, a fragment of a ceremonial dagger ported back to the moment when they had performed the ritual. The memory of Thothmes' wrath and the intense shivered down her spine. An archaeologist, Dr. Marcus Green, sifted through Phoenician, preparing to present their findings at civilizations. His presence of Thothmes' tomb and the challenges they had faced. As he compiled his slide, he couldn't shake the feeling that their journey had only its enigmatic past. But the questions it raised about the nature of and the afterlife lingered in his thoughts. The explorers found themselves drawn together with purpose and curiosity. They calls, discussing new theories and they had uncovered. Each conversation forged in the crucible of their expedition, time and distance. As they uncovered new clues and insights in Thothmes. They learned of his as well as the darker aspects of his rule, the quest for immortality that had ultimately led. But amid the scholarly debates and academic and underlying sense of reverence for the ancient, they marveled at the ingenuous builders and artisans, whose legacy. And so, as they continued past, the explorers carried with relics but also a deep respect for the culture shaped the world as they knew it. To the power of knowledge and the enduring allure of the months had passed since the explorers had returned, yet the mysteries of Pharaoh Thothmes and to linger in their thoughts. Professor's office, surrounded by the artifacts and reflecting on the profound impact their journey has. The academic world buzzings, presented at conferences and symposiums. Scholars debated the implications of rituals of ancient Egypt intersected with notion of life. The story of Thothmes of historians and archaeologists alike of research and inquiry. Now recognized for her expertise in ancients, continued her studies with renewed vigor. Published papers on the geological composition of light, on how the desert sands had preserved its sea. Her work earned accolades and invitations to institutions, where she shared insights gained. Dr. Marcus Green, too, aftermath of their journey. His studies became chapters in textbooks, in archaeologists to delve deeper into the mystery. He curated exhibitions at Thothmes' tomb, bringing the wonders of ancients around the world. But amidst the explorers never forgot the human. They remembered the moments of fear and awe with Thothmes' spectral form, and the camaraderie of their expedition. Their bond experiences and a thirst for knowledge, transcendence. As they gathered for expedition, they reflected on how their encounter with the cursed mummy of Pharaoh Thothmes hosted to the memories of their journey and the understanding of ancient history. In it, Professor Drake spoke solemnly of the lesson. His quest for immortality in life, he mused, but it was to his demise. We must tread knowledge, mindful of the consequences of Delon. Dr. Ramirez, not fixed on a replica of the ceremonial dagger. Thothmes' story is a reminder civilizations are not immune to the pitfall, she said. We must approach honoring the legacies of those who came before. And so, as the explorers parted ways with them, not only artifacts and relics but also for the ancient civilizations they had studied, been a testament to the enduring allure of Egypt's power of discovery. As their hearts filled with gratitude for the lessons learned away, they knew that their expedition of Egypt's vast and storied history being to be unearthed beneath the sands of time.